podcast. My name is Jana, and in today's episode, I am going to talk about spirituality meets business and can they work together. So, this is something I talked about last week, but when I went to post the video on YouTube, um, YouTube kept on processing the video and it never actually finished processing it. So I thought I might just record it again, which gave me the opportunity to review my notes and change a few things slightly. Okay, so let's begin. So when you hear the word spirituality or woo-woo, as some of my friends say, some people start rolling their eyes. I still see it, by the way. Or others, like me, light up because it feels like home and spirituality feels like something that's very close to my heart. Meanwhile, the business world is often painted as all about spreadsheet, KPIs, deadlines, reports, and so on. On the surface, these two worlds couldn't be more different. But business isn't just about numbers, it's about people as well. And people are emotional, intuitive, and connected to more than just logic. That's where spiritual practices can come in handy when you run a business. So let's take meditation, for example. So when I was very young, meditation wasn't even part of our daily lives. Nobody ever talked about meditation. 20 years ago, people were still not very familiar with that practice. But now, big companies have meditation rooms and mindfulness programs for employees. And that is because meditation reduces stress, boosts focus, and increases creativity. Or let's look at intuition. Some of the most successful entrepreneurs have openly credited their intuition as a key driver in their decision making. And I'd like to share here as well that I made every one of my business decisions following my intuition. And I often say to my students, intuition is the only thing that will never lie to you. That gut feeling is essentially a spiritual tool rebranded for businesses. Even concepts like manifestation and vision boards have business parallels. So we call them goal settings and strategic visualization. Same principle, different language. So what happens when we bring more spiritual practices into our business intentionally? Practices like breath work, sound baths, or even tarot readings can help leaders and their teams break out of old thinking patterns, improve clarity and creativity. Energy healing sessions or Reiki sessions, which are quite popular, may seem strange for some, but believe me, it works. But for others, it's a way of recharge and avoid burnout. Energy healing is good for your mind, body, and spirit. Also, energy healing can find where in your past lives, current lives, limiting beliefs, connections, relationships you need to work on. If you work with a good healer, your healer will guide you towards will tell you what the problem is and how to heal it. Bringing in rituals, for example, gratitude circles or intention settings at the start of a project. So little things like this, or maybe group meditation or group journaling exercise if you work with a lot of people. This helps build stronger teams and share purpose, and also helps you to stay focused. When you journal, when you allow to yourself and to your team members to write down once a day, let's say 5 minutes a day, everybody dedicates at the same time 5 minutes time to journaling. It helps you just to remind yourself what you need to focus on. And often journaling gives you clarity as to how to achieve your daily goals. But it's not all incense and enlightenment when it comes to spirituality. One of the biggest challenges in spirituality, it's not too bad now, but 5, 6, 7 years ago it was, is credibility. So spiritual practices can be dismissed as something fake or not real. That's why it's important to introduce them in a way that feels inclusive, optional, and tied to outcomes. So, for example, spirituality can help with stress reduction. It can help to with your innovation skills, with your creativity. It can help you to bring clarity, to become more aware of yourself, your inner power, and so on and so on. The other challenge when it comes to spirituality is language, the word that you're using when you talk about spirituality. I have had people who didn't know what chakra is. Not everybody understands words like chakra alignment or channeling. Okay, but if you frame these words as mindset alignment, or working on your mindset, or tapping into creativity, or embracing your creativity, and suddenly it feels more approachable. So when you have someone, luckily I'm very lucky that I work with people who understand spirituality and they're open to understand it. But I have had students who were new to the tarot, for example, and new to meditation, and I had to change the word slightly or use a different language in a way that they would understand me, which is obviously very important for the communication when you work with someone who is not that familiar with spirituality. If you're a business owner or someone who is just starting their entrepreneurial journey, here are a few practical ways to blend spirituality with business, okay? Morning rituals. Start your day with intention setting instead of just checking emails. I started doing this not long ago and it feels great. Team mindfulness. Even if you don't have a team and it's just you, you can still apply on your daily practice. Begin meetings or your day with a minute of breathing or gratitude. Decision making. Use logic and intuition when evaluating opportunities. Workspaces. Design your office or your workspace with energy in mind. Bring some natural light, calming music, maybe some crystals, maybe some candles, essential oils diffuser, and so on and so on. Someone is just going to make your working environment feel less of a working environment. Professional development, I couldn't come up for that, but hopefully that will make sense in a minute. Encourage employees, and if you work by yourself, or I shouldn't use the word employees, like encouraging team members or yourself to use tools like meditation, journaling, or visualization as part of their everyday life, not only at work but also personal life. It's, in my opinion, when you run a small business and when you have people working for you, you need to respect people's personal life and personal space. And I believe that if people feel happy at work, they will feel happy in general, and they will be also more productive. Okay. At the end of the day, when you think about it, business and spirituality are not that different. In my opinion, they're complementing one another. Business gives structure, spirituality brings flow. Together, they create a balance of logic and magic, strategy and spirit. So, can spirituality and business work together? Yes, they can. In fact, maybe the most successful, sustainable businesses of the future will be the ones that find harmony between the two. And I truly believe that spirituality will continue to take over in the future, because I'm starting to see in recent months that people are becoming more curious about manifesting, about meditation, journaling, and so on. And I am receiving a lot more queries than ever before. And my prediction is that corporation in the future will not exist, because people will just not be aligned with the values of a corporation, and they will seek something that it's more grounding and it's more personal for them. That was one of the reasons. Actually, I recently renamed my academy. It is no longer the Manifestation Academy for Workpreneurs. It is now Spiritual Business Academy. Nothing has changed, only the name, and maybe I added a bit more pink on the Academy online portal. I am writing another course. It's almost finished, actually. I'm hoping to record it this week. It is about the transitioning from 9 to 5 life into running a business. I try to make it simple and straight to the point at the same time. If you want to stay up to date with what I do, the best way to do that is subscribe to my YouTube channel or follow me on Facebook. I'm going to include link to my website in the description below, and when I upload the video on YouTube later. You can also find my website in the description of this channel. So the Spiritual Business Academy, as a business teacher, you will find all of my credentials on my website and on the Academy's portal. So I help aspiring entrepreneurs to transition from the 9 to 5 life into running a successful business without feeling overwhelmed, anxious, scared, without feeling any negative emotions, and instead overcoming these negative emotions and face what's coming their way with clarity, positive energy, and lots of love. My approach to coaching is very spiritual, but also I focus on the practical side of things. For example, sales and marketing. I often work with spiritual and holistic businesses, and for some reason they are very afraid of sales and marketing. I used to feel that way when I started my first business years ago. But believe me, there's nothing scary about it. Everybody can do it. If everybody can do it, so can you. And this is something I teach in the Spiritual Business Academy. On my website, you will find various ebooks and e-guides and different business support services. The goal of my business is to help people start their businesses and guide them moving forward, because running a business is absolutely incredible. Running a business gives you freedom. It allows you to be in control of your own time and money, and it's an absolutely amazing experience. And I am very proud and very happy to be able to work with people who are just starting their entrepreneurial journey. To book a clarity session with me, you can do that again from my website. Thank you very much for watching today, and have a great day. Bye.